Hey everyone, as you can see, I'm wearing a costume this time. It's been a while, but I thought I'd been fitting to wear this costume because I'm doing a ranking from worst to best Friday the 13th films. I was gonna wear my Jason costume, but I figured maybe I'll just wear my Roy Burns Part 5 costume because I've wore Jason costumes before in my first videos, so I figured I'll just wear this one. And plus, I will admit I don't wear this mask, like this hockey mask, as much as the Jason one. But also, I figured it'd be a good time to make this video because recently I got this box set from Scream Factory. This is has all 12 films on Blu-ray. I think this is the first time that all. Well, actually, no, there was another set that actually had them all on Blu-ray. But yeah, this one's a really good edition. Has some really cool right there. Like, look at this. Inside for all the lighting, so it's really bad. I was really excited to get this because before, up until I got this recently, I always watched the films on this edition. This is like from Crystal Lake to Manhattan collection. This is the one I remember buying at Target when I was a little kid. I don't remember how old I was, but I was like telling my parents like, oh, I want to buy this, and surprisingly they did. It contains the first 8 films, so it's missing Jason Goes to Hell, Freddy vs. Jason, Jason X, and the reboot. So I know to watch those ones, I would usually rent them on DVD or VHS, depending on which time period we're talking about. Unless we're talking about the reboot. That one I remember just watching on DVD, and I think I have it on DVD somewhere, but I didn't get it out because I haven't watched that movie in quite some time. Anyways, but yeah, this is the one I know watching religiously as a kid. Like I would watch this a lot growing up. I probably was too young for it. Anyways, with that being said, I'll get straight to the video. Okay, number 12 in my ranking is Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. I'll say this about all these movies. Like for example, I don't hate any of these films. I actually enjoy watching all of them, but there's just ones I enjoy more. But yeah, this is my least favorite because I'll say that there's things I like about this movie. First, I'll say what I like about it, then I'll talk about what I dislike. What I like is Jason's look when he's actually Jason, and I'll clarify that later. This video is gonna have quite a bit of spoilers, but I'm pretty sure anyone who's seen this, who's gonna be watching this video, they've seen these movies, and even if they haven't, it doesn't really matter. The plot in these movies are not that important. Okay. Jason looks pretty cool when he's actually Jason. The kills are really good if you watch the unrated version. Like the practical effects look really nice. Like the kill on that character, I believe her name was Debbie. She's the one who gets killed in the tent. If you've seen this movie, you know what the kill I'm talking about. And also I really like the kill on that cop character. Like when he gets possessed, but then when he's no longer possessed, he starts melting. I think it's a pretty cool effect. But now what I don't like about this movie is the whole Jason possession thing. Like Jason's actually this warm creature right here. He's he's going inside people's bodies and possessing them. Don't really like the fact that it's like they had the Necronomicon Ex Mortis from Evil Dead here. It's kind of weird. Like I know there's like a comic book that ties Jason, Freddy, and Ash together. I never read that, but it's kind of weird to put that in there. And adding a magical dagger as well that supposedly can kill Jason. And even though the character Creighton Duke is a pretty cool character, it doesn't make much sense. Like how would he know all this like supernatural possession Jason stuff when Jason's never done this in any of the other films? Like I know there's a backstory to him, like oh he was at Crystal Lake, his girlfriend got killed, and he saw Jason, blah blah blah. But it doesn't explain anything else because again, Jason's never done any of this body possession stuff before. But yeah, this is my least favorite one. I'll still watch it if I'm doing like a marathon of these movies. But again, my least favorite. Okay, that's number 12. Number 11 is Jason Takes Manhattan, Part 8. This one, I don't hate this movie. There's actually a lot of things I like about it. Like one thing I like about it is there's a lot of people dislike. It's the fact that it takes place on like a cruise ship. Because actually, I think a ship would be a pretty cool place, for like a slasher film. I haven't seen too many films that take place on one, except from like a few of them here and there, like that movie Ghost Ship, and such, or was that one called Deep Rising? Because I think like ships, they're isolated, at least they tend to be, It's claustrophobic. You can get like seasickness. It'd be a pretty unnerving place to get stuck in when there's a killer on the loose. And also you got Kane Hodder again for this one because he's played Jason a few times. But I'll say what I don't really like about this movie. Yeah, obviously it doesn't take place too much in Manhattan. That's kind of a disappointment. So I kind of wish like maybe they could just call this film something else. You know what I mean? I know due to budget reasons they couldn't shoot it too much in Manhattan because actually most of the quote New York shots are actually they were shot in Montreal, Canada. So but also another thing I don't really like this movie, which I know being a kid being so confused, the ending, because basically the ending is Jason he's like in the sewers trying to catch some people. He gets melted away by toxic sludge, and for some reason that turns him back to a child. I know some people say, oh, maybe it's just a hallucination the characters are having, which yeah, maybe, but still pretty silly. It doesn't really make much sense, I guess. But anyways. Alright, number 10 is the Friday the 13th reboot. This one, I will admit, when I first saw it, when it came out, I didn't see it in theaters because I was a little young and I didn't want to like drag one of my parents along for me to see it because I needed someone like an adult to take me. Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I'll say this: what I like about this movie is Dale Camillos does an amazing job as Jason. He looks great. How he when he's moving and killing and stuff like that looks just great, feels great, because I like the fact that he's not like some undead juggernaut, he's just I guess a guy who's just really strong. He's like a survivalist in the woods. He's been left there, and that was kind of cool. Like in this movie, some of the locals of the area, they're like, I guess they know about Jason and they just leave him alone, that sort of thing. And the opening of this movie is a pretty long opening. It's like 15-20 minutes long. It's a really good opening, When I first saw this movie, I was like, wait, that was the opening kills? Because usually opening kills are just like, is these characters introduced right away and they get killed off like as quickly as they're shown, that sort of thing. But yeah, this one, I really liked it, But I may have said this before, but yeah, when I first saw this, I didn't like it too much, but it's grown on me. I'm disappointed they never made sequels to this one because I know they're planning to, but then a bunch of legal issues happened and stuff like that. I'm trying to remember. I guess there's some things I don't like about this movie. It's for example some of the characters are kind of annoying, but I think that was kind of the point. So it's like when they get killed, you're not supposed to kill, and sometimes some of the characters are just downright like, oh, okay, that's just a gross character, but again, I think that was the point. So again, I enjoy this movie a lot. So yeah, that was number 10. Number 9 is Freddy vs. Jason. This movie's a lot of fun, although being kind of stupid, but it's still a lot of fun to watch. It's pretty cool to have like Robert Englund. This was his final appearance as Freddy, at least in films. Because I think he's appeared as Freddy a few times in like some television show or something like that. I think it was like some talk show. I don't know what it was. And I think Ken Kirzinger, I'm not sure I say his name. He does a really good job as Jason. I mean, he's not as good. It kind of sucks they didn't get Kane Hodder again. He's not good as he's not good as Kane Hodder, but I think he did alright. Some people hate him because of that, but I was like, I think he did alright. Yeah, he's not as good as like other people who's played Jason, but still. Anyways. But yeah, this one has some pretty cool kills, like the one where Jason kills the guy who's on the bed. Like he stabs him in the back with a machete, then he like folds him. That one I really like. And that was kind of cool. They did the whole thing like, people have to be afraid again for Freddy to come back to get his powers, So it's like, Freddy's, like he's doing a plan to get people to be afraid again. And the fight scenes in this one between Freddy and Jason are really cool. Like always, they're a ton of fun to watch. And they did pretty well, like despite the fact that like, Freddy isn't in the dream world. Sometimes when he's fighting, he still puts up a good fight, What else? I will say this though, that yeah, there's some pretty stupid points in this movie, and also it's kind of weird. I mean, some people point this out. Like I guess Crystal Lake was pretty close to Springwood, I suppose. you know, moving on. But yeah, again, this one, it's kind of like a turn off your brain, have fun with it sort of thing. Because that's one thing I like about this movie. It has fun with itself. It doesn't take itself too seriously, which, you know, I enjoy. Number 8, I believe. I'm sure. Sorry, I'm dumb. So yeah, 8. Number 8 is Jason X. This one is also turn your brain off and have fun with it. You know, just have fun watching it, because it's basically about Jason. He gets frozen. He gets taken to like the future. I think it's like the year 2455. It has some pretty stupid moments, but I think it has some pretty funny dialogue and some funny scenes in it, like the hologram stuff they did in it. You know, there's like several scenes where they do the hologram stuff, and I think they're enjoyable. And Uber Jason looks badass, and the liquid nitrogen kill scene is, which I know that's like everyone's favorite kill in this movie, but you know, yeah, that's my favorite too. So again, really fun movie, and this is also Kane Hodder's final appearance as Jason, so it's cool to, you know, have him, you know, here again. I know some people really don't like this movie because they just like, oh, it's so stupid, which yeah, it is, but you know, I still really enjoy it. Again, turn off your brain, have fun with it, you know. All right. Number 7 is the original Friday the 13th, which I know some people might be like, oh, that's not your favorite, you know, because this tends to be, well, not most people's favorites, but it seems a lot of people rate it highly. So some people might be a little weird that this one's a little not as highly regarded in my list, but I still really enjoy this film, even though there's some problems with it. Like, it's kind of a slow burn, which I don't mind, but some people might. Also, well, I'll make this brief. I'm not trying to sound like a hippie here, but they actually kill a real snake in this movie. Like, it's actually like you see a scene. There's a scene in it where it's like a not jump scare, but it's like a scare where you hear a character scream. The other characters go check on it. It's like, oh, this girl, she saw a snake, and then at one point some dude grabs a machete, he chops off the head of the snake. But that scene was like so pointless, and they actually killed that snake. And I've known that for quite a few years, and it always kind of upset me because I really don't like it when animals get killed in, you know, in films. That's why I don't want to watch the movie Cannibal Holocaust again, because I watched it once and I was like, yeah, never again, never want to see it again. Oh, nothing too. But I found that out recently. There's like, oh, that makes the scene even worse. Apparently, I saw an article not too long ago that said that the snake's handler, he wasn't aware that they were gonna kill it. So when they brought it in for the movie and someone killed it and he found out, he was really angry. You know, which yeah, I would be too. But like, well, you just killed my snake. And apparently, because he said that no one told him. I saw like an interview where like, well, it was like an article. So I read an interview from one of the actresses. She said that yeah, they did not tell the guy that they were gonna, you know, kill the snake. So that's pretty upsetting. Anyways, we're moving on from that. You know, again, this is a classic. I love it. You know, amazing kills, Tom Savini's effects. You know, they're always nice to see. I do like the story where it's like a, you know, a mother going on a vendetta against people who she blamed for her son's, you know, death, that sort of thing. And what else? Yeah, I don't want, you know, be stuck on one film for too long, you know. But yeah, again, this one's really enjoyable. So this is my number 7, if I remember my count correctly. Yeah, number 7. Yeah, okay. Okay, my number 6. This one, well, you know, this is Jason. This is Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. You know, as you can tell, I like this one quite a bit because I so much I even got this mask. I know a lot of people, I know like growing up, this movie, a lot of people really, really didn't like it, but I've always enjoyed it. Yeah, I do admit that it has problems, but I still really like it. Like the kill of the character Violet is a really cool scene. If you've seen this movie, you know the scene I'm talking about. You know, I like the character of Reggie. You know, I like that kid. You know, I like that character. Also, I thought it was interesting in this film, Tommy Jarvis. He has like PTSD. He's like dealing with he's dealing with psychological damage from the events of the previous film. So I thought that was you know, pretty cool. And I know a lot of people really hate this movie because like, oh, no Jason, but it's like I don't mind that. You know, it's kind of like the first film, because you know it's just about like a parent going on a revenge spree. You know. And also, I just think, you know, this design of this mask, like, you know, the Part 5 one looks pretty cool. All right, just adjust the one. I know it's pretty similar to the other one, but still. Anyways, again, I'm doing this with no script, so just bear with me. All right, sorry. All right, number 5 is Friday the 13th Part 2. Yeah, my desk's kind of a mess. I have all this stuff here, so I had to get it. Anyway, but yeah, this is Part 2. This is my number 5. I enjoyed this one quite a bit. I know a lot of people do. Like, this is actually Jason's first appearance as the killer, so it's pretty cool. He doesn't have his hockey mask yet. He still looks pretty cool, in my opinion. There's some nice characters in this one, like Jenny. She's pretty cool. And there's also some really nice kills, like the guy in the wheelchair. Again, if you've seen this movie, you know what the kill I'm talking about. That one's really cool. And the spear double kill is also really cool. And the only problem I have with this movie that just still makes me like, yeah, just kind of weird is the ending. The ending is just kind of like, it just sort of abruptly ends and doesn't really explain much, like what happened, So that kind of bugs me, even when I watch this movie, like every time it's like, and then when I saw this movie as a kid, I was like, I think I even asked my dad, like, oh, I don't get it, and my dad was just kind of like, I don't know, maybe you have to watch the next one to find out, But yeah, really good movie, Okay. Number 4 is Friday the 13th Part 3, and this is actually in 3D, because this movie was originally shot in 3D, but this edition from Scream Factory is actually 3D as well. Like, if you go to the options and you have a 3D compatible television, you can actually watch this in 3D, which I don't have a 3D television, so I can't do that, but I don't really care about 3D too much. Yeah, this one I like a lot, because I think the guy who plays Jason, he does a really good job. He also looks like the most iconic Jason. Like, he has like the big bald head, which I kind of have here right now. And he has this mask, like it's like the classic look of Jason. Like, whenever people think of Jason, they always think about this mask, because it's changed a few times. Has some really cool kills. They look a little silly because it's like 3D, and also some pretty silly scenes, but like they're obviously made for 3D, but it's like pointless stuff pointing towards the screen. It's pretty, it looks silly. But then as a kid, I thought it was so cool. Like the one scene where the guy gets his head squeezed and his eyeball goes flying. When I was a kid, I thought that was so cool and funny, And also the character Shelly in this one is really, I really like that character. Somewhat relatable to me because I guess I'm kind of I guess I'm a geek and everything, And obviously I guess I like the costumes, Although him is, like he just dresses up to try to scare people, which I don't really do that. Anyways, but yeah, this is my Part 4. This is my number 4, Part 3. Really good film. Really enjoy it. Again, it has some unintentionally silly parts. Okay, number 3 is Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. This one I like. I guess I'm sounding like a broken record, so I'll change it up. Okay. This is a really enjoyable one. This is Kane Hodder's first appearance as Jason. He looks epic. This is like one of the best looks of Jason ever. He looks like he's been through a lot of damage. And I thought it was pretty cool they introduced. It's a little weird, I do agree, but it's like they introduced the character of Tina, who has like psychic powers like Carrie, like telekinesis. So it's kind of interesting, like, they give Jason someone who can put more of a fight. Because in this one, he's like a juggernaut who's unstoppable. Granted, I guess he's kind of like that in all the films, but Also, this one was directed by John Carl Buechler, I believe that's how you say his name. He's directed quite a few films I really like. Here, I just show off another one I have. Oh. He made this film right here called Cellar Dweller. I really like this one. It's not the best film, but I like the giant creature puppet they use. He's also directed. He's mostly done practical effects. He's done the practical effects for I think he did for Ghoulies. Maybe I think he's done for that, but I know he's done the practical effects for the first Hatchet film and stuff. And anyway, I should move on. Anyways, but yeah, that's when you show a bit of Jason. Like this is what Jason. I just say to do. Yeah, that's what Jason looks like right there. I always thought this looks superb. I guess I'll list some problems I have with this film, but one of them is not really the filmmaker's fault. It's just the MPAA. Is that this film has some of the most tame kills in it because the MPAA, they demanded so many things get removed so they can get an R rating. it's insane. Like, this is probably the most like tame, well, not the most tame, it's one of the most tame films of the franchise. That's a damn shame, because if you see like the uncensored footage, it looks pretty nice, you know. I was kind of hoping that one day we can see that, like the uncensored footage on film, like they release edition with that, but I'm told that's not possible because apparently the original footage is destroyed because it got destroyed in that fire. I don't know if that's true or not. Regardless, you know, who knows. Okay, but also another problem I have with this movie is the ending is it's kind of silly. Like basically, I'm not trying to spoil. I mean, I guess I know I spoiled some things, but I'm not trying to spoil it too much. But it's like this is one character. He just sort of comes back to life, and he just doesn't look. It's kind of weird. He doesn't look like he's been dead. Because I thought originally the character was gonna look like a zombie, which that would make sense because he's been dead for quite some time. But instead, he just looks like normal. So it's kind of weird. But yeah. Really nice film, you know, I always enjoyed it. Okay, number 2 is Friday the 13th, part 4. Well, actually it's not called part 4, it's just called the final chapter, sorry. Yeah, this one has, they got Tom Savini to do the effects for this one again, and they look great. Like, you know, every single kill looks amazing. Jason also looks really cool, like you know, how he looks with his mask and without it. It's like, oh, he looks messed up. Like, you know, he's been through a lot, which he has, because yeah, he's been through a lot of beatings throughout the, I guess, 3 films that he was the killer. What else? Also, I can't remember his name, but the guy who plays Jason in this one, I think he's maybe my favorite like actor for Jason. You know, he's only done it once. It's like, you know, I love Kane Hodder and a lot of the other people who's like Diego Camillos who's played Jason. I think this guy, he's probably done the best job. Also, this is the introduction to the character Tommy Jarvis, which I really like that character. And maybe as a kid, because I like collecting spooky stuff, it's like he sort of reminded me of well, me, you know. So that's neat. I guess I can't really think of too many negatives for this film, at least not at the top of my head, you know. Because, again, I'm a little biased because, again, this is the one I watched the second most amount of times growing up, so I'm biased. But, yeah. Friday the 13th, final chapter is my number 2. Now, this one, I'm pretty sure you could have guessed because of process of elimination and the fact that, I've said before in one of my other videos, like my top, you know, 13 favorite horror films ever. So, but well, I just feel like doing this list anyways. But yeah, it's part 6. I won't go into too much why I like this film so much, because I always said in the other video, but I just think it's just so much fun to watch. It doesn't take itself too seriously, you know, because at this point, this is the 6th film in the franchise, so it's kind of like, it made sense for them to kind of like, you know, not to take it so seriously, because everyone, like, you know, they went to these films to have fun, you know. This is the first time Jason is like an undead juggernaut, and, you know, he looks pretty cool. Like, he looks, you know, like really scary and intimidating. This one also has some pretty nice kills, and also, other than this is the only film in the franchise that has like no nudity, and has actually probably the least amount of blood and such. I'm not sure there's like, oh yeah, there's some blood in it, yeah. But what else? Oh, also the one thing about this movie is pretty cool. It has a song from Alice Cooper called "The Man Behind the Mask." I really like that song. But yeah, this is obviously I said before, it's my favorite one. I watched this one like a ton of times growing up. You know. Oh, another thing is that they had the character Tommy Jarvis again. Yeah, this was his final appearance officially, and it's a pretty cool job. You know, it somewhat ignores, I guess, some events of the 5th one, but it's still really enjoyable. You know, obviously because it's my number 1. But you know, let's see. I guess it's kind of it. Yeah. Again, I'm doing also unscripted, so you have to bear with me. Anyways, but yeah, also I guess that's all the films in the franchise. And again, this is the amazing screen collected edition. I should really rewatch. I do like a marathon all these movies again, because again, for the first time ever, I have them on Blu-ray. No longer I have to use a DVD, or I have to, you know, watch it digitally. So, or something else I guess I'll show in this video, because why not? The Scream Factory edition comes with this. Like, it's like a bunch of bonus features in one disc. It also has like this book about the franchise. It just goes into like, you know, little details about making the film, or the films, that sort of thing. But anyways, yeah, this video is getting a little too long, so I'm gonna just call it here. But you know, if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. You know, bye bye.